What's up, guys? Irina here and
Alina's here. Hey, everyone. So we started a new channel
that's right.
and we kind of maybe have a title. I don't know. But it would be really cool if you guys can like and subscribe and follow us and support us and send us money.
Right. Well,
what?
not the money, but let us know how we're doing. And if there's a topic that you would like covered, chances are there are other people who want that topic covered as well, if it does anything with the kitchen interior of the house. So drop it in comments below. We would love to know, and we'll definitely get that going.
Okay, let's get into it. I have a lot on my mind, on my heart that I would like to express.
Sounds good.
But you also had something going on.
Yeah, I'm going to talk about storage. I love efficient and essential storage in the kitchen and in the house generally. And today we're going to talk about the kitchen storage and accessories. When I bring buyers to a home, considering my brief experience with kitchen designs in the past, I like to point out things that really bring value to kitchen space.
Yeah.
And that's storage. You open a drawer and you see if there's anything in it, and what's the corner doing? Is it an efficient space, or you have to dive in there with your feet sticking out, hunting down that pan? Those things. So the first thing that really popped in my mind when we're talking about storage is how organized is this space. When I get the property ready for the market, the one thing that I always recommend to the sellers is that declutter, that's one, and we're just keeping it to the kitchen, that's a separate topic, and make sure your counters are clean and decluttered, because if there's stuff on the counters, the perception of the buyers that are walking through your space is that, oh my gosh, this is a tiny space. They don't even have space to store all that stuff on the countertops. Things like Lazy Susan, that's pretty much the number one thing that pops in the mind when we're talking about corner storage and corner cabinet solution. And so when you open that really, really blind corner cabinet, and please chime in as a pro in that industry, chime in. That's what I meant. You open that little corner door, and what's behind that door? So they do have
pots and pans.
Either. So at my family member's home, I'm not gonna say who, you open that cabinet storage and everything is just like it's there. You don't know what's in there, but everything is in there. And so to better resolve that, people put in kidney Susan. That is a Susan that is like 75% circle, right, and with a little corner to accommodate the doors, or half moon, which is like a half of a circle, all of 4 circle, which offers less radius, if you know what I mean, like for the depth of the kitchen, but at least it's tiered storage for whatever is being stored in that space.
The full Susan has pole. But yeah, the full Susan actually is the most practical and makes the most amount of sense, and it takes up the full amount of space in that corner cabinet. Opposed that you mentioned half moon Susan. Honestly, don't ever consider that.
So another thing that really pops in my mind as I think storage is the spice storage, and actually that prompted this whole conversation. Because I have an upper cabinet by my stove, and I open it and it's full of spices, and it's currently a disaster. And so that is a major don't do it moment for those who are trying to organize, and something that we're working on. But there are different types of spice pullouts, either kind of like a step system. There are also a kind where a small kind of little shells are being attached on the interior of a cabinet door. And the one that I'm talking about, probably referring to in this video, very easy to get done, is something to fit into the drawer. So it's a custom fit accessory they can buy online or Home Depot or wherever, and it's basically like a flat little ladder system for spice bottles.
As far as from a buyer's seller's standpoint, like, do you go and show houses and you're like, and here is a cabinet door, and you open it and it's like spices everywhere, or do you just kind of avoid that altogether?
So it's rarely, especially with COVID, we rarely touch and open cabinets unnecessarily. But in the normal market, beforehand, you would even see it in the listing description where hopefully the agent would list things like accessories in the kitchen, because organizational points, anything that has to do with increased storage and organization, is always a plus.
Actually, that reminded me, we're currently working on a new project in the designing stage, and I have a client that specifically sent me like Pinterest pictures.
Sure.
And she
so
wants
fun.
Yeah, she wants, which is smart, and it's so easy to do, and it's like so convenient.
Right.
It's a deep drawer that she wants, and it's next to the range top. You open it up, and there's gonna be a deep drawer, right?
Yeah.
And it's gonna have a cutout, like in the middle.
Oh.
Why? Because if you put in, like, say, vegetable oil or whatever oils, the tall things, Costco tall things. You want to be able to just have it sitting inside.
Oh, I see.
And when you pull it out, you can get your oil or your cayenne pepper. Love spicy food. Cayenne pepper. As you're cooking, that opening kind of makes it super, super customized and super practical, convenient, all those words.
Yeah.
And it's so simple to do. We're going to actually we do that in shop.
That's so great.
We'll just get a deep drawer and then just...
Yeah, I think that really pops in my mind. That is huge and highly inexpensive is a knife block. Knife block and cutlery organizer. Those two things that you can go even on Amazon, and search for one, and then pick something that fits the depth and the width of the interior of the drawer, and just really install it. That, first of all, aesthetically improves the visual appearance of the kitchen, but also the functionality of storing and stored stuff.
Especially get this accessory if all y'all, you as well, if you go in the kitchen and you don't have a pretty knife set to display on your counter. Those little block things, and you have like multicolor, some are dull and they don't cut anything, and you get your butter knives.
They're just still there.
And you just like jam it in there. Like, if you don't have expensive knives that you want to show off,
definitely worth it.
Hide that stuff. Like, put it in the drawer, line it up, and you still use it. Maybe, your mama gave it to you, and you just
if it's not something, sentimental value is huge. Yes, the general rule, like I said, was if it's not something pretty or unique to display, hide it. It's better to have clean countertops because that conveys and gives the perception of a larger kitchen and a lot of storage space, which is great for the resale value. So,
spices is where it all starts, because in the kitchen, spices is a hot mess. I mean, for
sure. It is a mess in my house right now.
Unless you're a single individual living on your own,
and
nobody's
you only
coming
have
over.
cayenne pepper in your cupboard.
I got more than cayenne pepper.
So it's those things that are great that I like to point out to buyers, because while they're inexpensive, first of all, they're going to improve your functionality of the kitchen, your life, make it easier for you, and also up the resale value of the house for sure. So what's kind of the time frame of a kitchen? It's in this fast paced, everything is 2-day shipping. Does it work the same for the kitchen?
Alina, you are hitting a note that I have been kind of struggling with last week. So you have to feel my pain.
Okay.
I'm about to get into a topic of timeliness. So it's like a trigger word. It's like scribes.
All about this.
No, I'm just kidding. Okay, look. If you are thinking about a new kitchen, so if you're like, oh, Alina, Irina, like my kitchen, have you seen it? I just need to take a sledgehammer and start fresh. Then this is where we come in, and this is where you kind of need to pay attention a little bit.
Yes, walk us through. What is a kitchen remodel? What does it entail? Is it just the cabinets and the beautiful accessories? What else is there?
Can you just say it? Can you just ask me that question again? Because I'm like, there are so many people out there like, honestly, just last week, I get a call and this guy's like, hey, I just bought a house. I want a new kitchen and I'm moving in next month and I want a kitchen in there next month. And so you asking that question, what does a remodel entail of just specifically a kitchen? Like, that's a huge question that most people on the daily don't consider. When you automatically want a new kitchen, there is like automatically 3 things that are just like you can't avoid.
Bam.
Flooring. You have to look at your flooring. Are you keeping the flooring, or are you getting new floors? You know, are you stripping it? What are you doing? That's going to take some time. That's a subcontractor that you're going to have to hire.
Does it need to come before the cabinets or after?
It doesn't matter. Just let us know. Yeah, so that needs to be understood, because when you buy a house and you're like, wow, my kitchen is super old, chances are your flooring is pretty old too, and you're going to want like, hey, I'm going to do my flooring in my kitchen. So automatically you need to understand the cost of that, and you need to understand that you need a floor guy. The number 2 thing is electrician. You need an electrician in the kitchen. That is a whole new subcontractor that you'll need to bring in and see where your lighting needs to go. What lightings you need to adjust and move around, where you want it, little switches, things, maybe LED lights or whatever.
Adding something.
Yeah, and more specifically right now, it's super fashionable to have upper cabinets, glass cabinets, and you have lights inside the glass cabinets, which makes it look beautiful, right?
That's cool.
That's a style right now.
Right.
So you have to get an electrician on board. So we work with the electrician. We cut out the holes however they want it, whatever lights you decide. And then
in the
that's
back of a
functional.
cabinetry.
Yeah.
So you install it. There's a wire hole to.
Right.
Okay. That's great.
But if you don't do that, so you're like, Alina, I had a bad relationship with an electrician. I don't need an electrician. I'm going to keep everything that as is. Great. We're going to put up the cabinets. You're going to get glass cabinets, and they're not going to have lights in them. You're going to come to me and be like, Alina, I need a light bulb in there. And I'll be like, well, it's too late. Like, it's too late. I'm going to make a cutout. Electrician is going to need to go through another wall, basically, and wire it in. And it just makes it a disaster. You need a floor guy. You need an electrician. And finally, and most important, as far as cabinets go, you need a granite person. Granite, marble.
Yeah.
What countertops are you going to be putting in? That is not what we do, right? We provide cabinets. We set it up. We put a rough top at the end and make it perfect and beautiful and leveled and everything. And then the granite guy comes in, guy or gal, I mean, whatever, comes in and customizes whatever top you decide. So that's another subcontractor. So that's 3 subcontractors.
Besides cabinet makers.
That's a lot of work. Fourth one. 4.
There's a 4th one.
No, well, we are the 4th one.
You are the 4th ones. Okay.
We're the most important ones.
That's right.
But the main thing is, with all those things considered, 4 subcontractors, including us, working in that space, right? Then it's all about timeline. So it's basically a wedding dance. You have to dance around and make those things come together properly. Like, you're not going to have the countertop people come in when there are no cabinets ready to go, right? And then if we, us cabinet people, we have decided to put cabinets before the flooring goes in and say the floor guy is ready to go and we're in production, then we can have different levels of cabinets, also bad. So, and then electrician, right? If he comes in after we put the cabinets up, also a disaster. So there's
so much to coordinate. Wow.
Coordination is key.
In short, how long does it take? Say hypothetically, everything's on time. Everyone's on time. What's kind of the average time frame it takes from A to Z to remodel a kitchen?
Unrealistic. Irina, come on. No, it is. So time-wise, just for us, say, okay, I come in, this is the perfect scenario where cabinet people are very happy and we do our job really well. I come in and meet with you and I look at your wall. If there's a pre-existing kitchen, great. We're going to be not we, but you'll hire somebody to demo it. It starts with me getting the rough measurements and then go into deciding on the quote. And then if we decide on the quote, we're gonna go into the planning phase, the
Yeah.
drafting phase. We get your 3D cabinets in view and like, hey, is this what you want? Is this what you like? Da, 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 da.
Sure.
And when we do this exchange, that alone can take a couple weeks based on how quickly you want things to move forward. So it can take a month, it can take a week. Once we get that signature of plans, hey, this is the game plan, da da. That's when the production phase for our cabinets goes in. And we are a smaller company, but we can push out orders. We have a system in place where we do our best, 4 to 6 weeks.
Okay.
4 to 6 weeks, depending on the size of the kitchen.
That's something to gauge by. Good stuff. I mean, it's very helpful. I know some of you told me that these videos are super helpful, and which we're so happy to hear about. That's we're all about providing value, but it's good to know.
Did those people that like our stuff, did they like and subscribe?
I don't know. So please do. Yes, make sure that you like and subscribe to our channel. These videos are going to be different, targeting different points of the interior of the house. That's the common grounds between real estate and cabinetry, so that other people viewing or interested in similar topics can also be seeing our videos. So that's the algorithm of YouTube, and it will be very helpful. If you have any topics that you are interested about, feel free to comment below. We'll also have your guys' site and my site for additional resources that you can access anytime down below in the description. Other than that,
yeah, or I'm just gonna keep venting.
Yes. Until the next venting session next week.